Conversion has been an issue for a lot of people. And I think conversion is simple. It just breaks down to a few steps. Number one, you got to call them. Number two, you got to call them. Number three, you got to call them. And number four, guess what? You got to call them.
Hey, I'm Brendan Payne with Century 21, the Harrelson Group here. Started in the business in 2007, so going on, I think you're 18 or 19, almost 20 years. Have been with Greg since day one. So the biggest thing about lead conversion in my mind right now is that it's all about engagement. You've got to have the first step, which is engagement. And I think too many times agents believe they're going to take what they think is a lead, where it's really just a contact, somebody's name and information, and they're going to go from hello to a deal. And that's just not how the business works. You've got to get engagement at a high level, and then it's a matter of just moving them through the pipeline. Wherever they're starting at, you start with them and move them through step by step by step, from the very beginning stage when they're just thinking about doing something, all the way to where they want to show property, into the point where we're writing contracts.
I think your biggest commitment is to yourself and to the job. You have to show up every single day and you have to put in the time and the effort. So you have to have conversations with people. So if you're either going to do it on the phone or you're going to do open houses, or you need to be in front of the people. So it's your choice of how you want to do it. But if you're not having conversations, you're not going to have transactions and you're not going to be successful.
My feelings get hurt very easily. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the more I started doing it, the more I understand that, they just are frustrated because they get so many calls. So I had to develop thick skin. But once I got over that hurdle of my feelings getting hurt, I was able to convert more.
That's the single reason that people are on social media complaining about lead conversion with online leads, is because they're not calling them. They're hiding behind the email and hoping that these people call them. That's not gonna happen. If you're gonna look for high conversion, you gotta reach out to them.
On our team, we have an agent who's been with me. He's been licensed for maybe 60 days, and got him started calling some unassigned leads. And he ended up talking with somebody, and after the third day, they answered the phone. Set an appointment with him, we wrote a contract. And I went back through with him. That lead came into our database in 2019, had been worked aggressively by a few agents on the team, and never answered the phone. Nobody ever got engagement. New agent comes in, calls him 3 days in a row, gets a hold of him. That was a lesson in be detached from the process, work the process, and be obsessed with engagement.
I like to make at least 100 calls per day. So not only is it important to call outbound leads, but when they call in, it's important to pick up the phone, because you never know, that may be your opportunity to convert a lead. If you don't pick up, you can't convert.
So I've followed up with a lead for probably a year and a half, 2 years. So at the end of the year, he called and said hey, I don't know if you're really I think you're real. You keep leaving me voicemail and sending me text messages, but I'm ready now to come and meet. So it ended up being one of the largest transactions that I had last year. It was $1.4 million. And it was all, from a Real Geek lead that was actively on there. I would send him emails, texts. It was over a year that he didn't respond. I never got him on the phone, but I didn't give up. And he said, at the end of the day, was that really you, calling me all those times? Really you sending me those text messages and emails? And a lot of it was, some of it was automated, but a lot of it was me following up. So there's gold and there's nuggets in there. You just need to be consistent and follow up. You never know, just because somebody's timeline isn't right, don't give up, because your time's going to align at some time.
People who are going to be great at converting online leads, they have a few characteristics. Number one is they actually time block. They block time in their schedule every single day to call through their database. The second one is that they understand that when somebody says, hey, you know what, I'm not really interested, they don't hear, I'm never going to buy. They hear, maybe I'm not interested at this moment. An agent that converts at a higher level is going to say, hey, no problem. As a matter of fact, I'm not interested in trying to convince you to buy, but I want to make sure that I educate you on the market and give you any information that you might be looking for. In the event that you buy in the future, what kind of property would you be looking for? And so the conversation continues. Those are going to be the people that are going to convert at the highest level.
What's amazing is the people that will come in and do it every single day, 8 to 11, they build a very, very strong business. If your schedule says, you know what, I do 8 to 10, and then I come back in the afternoons and do an hour or two, or in the evenings, that's great. probably more likely to talk to people in the afternoons and evenings. The key is that you just have a consistent part of your schedule that is dedicated to generating. And you're not doing this up and down, up and down, up and down. Consistent. It's the most important part of your business.